Good afternoon, Rochester Memorial students and families. Mr. Medeiros here with this week's Medeiros Minute. Boys and girls, I want to thank you for a great week. In particular, I want to thank all the boys and girls in our grade 6 chorus for an amazing, outstanding job at this week's Form Choral Concert. Miss Audette and Miss Williamson were nice enough to share the videos with me as I was not able to attend. I know Mr. West was in attendance for the Form Choral Concert. He also had some great things to say about your performance, boys and girls. What an amazing job. I can't say I'm surprised. As always, anytime we have our chorus or our band students performing for us through our music department, it always is such an amazing performance. But boys and girls, we're very proud of you. I know this was one of our first big gatherings or concerts we were able to have back, and what an excellent job you did. I want to thank Miss Audette and Miss Williamson from our music department and our accompanist, Miss Sparkland, for always supporting the boys and girls in our chorus and really just planning and organizing a wonderful performance as always. I know that we have our Form Instrumental Concert coming up next Tuesday, the 15th, and boys and girls, Mr. Medeiros will be there for that one. As I mentioned, Mr. West went to the choral concert. I will be at the instrumental concert to introduce our amazing band, and we're looking forward to another great performance at our Form Instrumental Concert next week. But boys and girls in the grade 6 chorus, excellent, excellent job. We are so, so proud of your performance. Parents and guardians, boys and girls, as I mentioned in last week's Medeiros Minute, grades closed last Friday, March 3rd, so trimester 2 is complete. I know that our teachers have been working this week. Our classroom teachers and our special education liaisons have been working on inputting those grades in our standards-based report cards for students in grades 1 through 6 and completing those progress reports. So parents and guardians of students in grades 1 through 6, just a reminder that those report cards will be going home. Trimester 2 report cards do go home on Wednesday, March 16th. So that'll be coming home next Wednesday. So please be on the lookout for your child's report card or progress note. Any questions regarding the Term 2 standards-based report card for our students in grades 1 through 6, please don't hesitate to reach out to your child's teacher or team, and I know they'll be happy to answer any questions for you. Parents and guardians, an email did go out separately this Monday regarding our updated student handbook. So the Rochester Memorial School Committee at the March 3rd meeting did approve an updated handbook. Mr. West and I did present that handbook to the Rochester Memorial School Committee, obviously with some updates and edits and changes that needed to be made to our handbook around the masking policies that were outlined throughout the handbook. As the school committee did vote, the joint school committee, I should say, did vote to lift the mask mandate in supporting the guidance that's been set by the Department of Elementary and Secondary Ed. So therefore, we needed to update our handbook. I know we talked a little bit about this in last week's Medeiros Minute, but the handbook it has since been sent to all families. It's also been posted to the Rochester Memorial School webpage. As I did mention in that email, parents and guardians, or in Medeiros Minute, if you do need a hard copy version of that handbook, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, Mr. West, or our secretaries here in the main office. We'll be happy to provide one for you. And then also, obviously, if you needed that translated in a different language, we could do that for you as well. But did want to let everyone know that this Monday, that email did go out to the school community with the attachment of the updated handbook, and that handbook has since been posted to the Rochester Memorial School webpage under School News. So if you would like to access it, you can do so there as well. Boys, girls, parents, and guardians, the spring after-school activity brochure will be shared with all families this afternoon. The winter session went very well. I want to thank all of our after-school activity advisors or staff members that ran after-school activities. And I want to thank all of our after-school activity students and families that participated. It was definitely great to see the after-school activities come back. And I'm excited to announce that the spring brochure will be sent to all families this afternoon. Any questions regarding our spring after-school activities, please feel free to reach out to Mr. Woodward. He supervises those after-school activities for us, and I know he'd be happy to answer any questions or provide any information that you are looking for. Parents and guardians, just another reminder. Again, we talked about this in last week's Medeiros Minute. It also went as an attachment with the email or the video. But our spring 2022 MCAS schedule for our MCAS test administration has gone out. As I mentioned, it did go out in last Friday's email in connection with last week's Medeiros Minute, but it's also been posted to the Rochester Memorial School webpage under the School News tab. So parents and guardians in any grade level, but obviously particularly our students in grades 3 through 6, if you'd like to see when your child's grade level ELA, math, or science, if you're a grade 5 family or student, when our students will be taking those assessments, that MCAS schedule has been posted to the Rochester Memorial School webpage. Once again, under School News, you'll see an MCAS photo. And if you click on that photo, it brings you right to our spring MCAS schedule. If you missed the email, parents or guardians, or you're having trouble viewing that on the website, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, Mr. West, or your child's classroom teacher will be happy to share that schedule with you. And if you have any questions around MCAS test administration, please don't hesitate to reach out to us here. We'd be happy to answer any questions or give you any more information around what MCAS looks like for our students in grades 3 through 6. Parents and guardians, boys and girls, very excited to announce. I first want to thank our parents and guardians and students from the after school activity programs. You really have done an amazing job with this to allow us to have some data and really some routine practice and seeing how it would look to bring back our park and pick up and drop off out back. So Mr. West and I are pleased to announce that we are going back to our original arrival and dismissal procedures where parents and guardians will be able to park if they like. You still can participate in the loop and not get out of your vehicle. But historically, before obviously the pandemic, and we had to make some adjustments around parents staying in their vehicle, we did have this process where parents were able to park and walk their children to the area respective to their grade level. So we're still going to keep our 2 locations. We're still going to have our K-2 drop-off area, which is where the black posts are in the main back lobby entrance. And then we're going to have our grades 3 through 6 students still being dropped off and picked up where the play structure is. So be mindful of that, parents and guardians. A couple of things we ask for. There are a lot of moving parts when it comes to our dismissal and arrival, a lot of vehicles, a lot of staff members and other parents now potentially going to be parking and walking towards the building. Please, we can't reiterate this enough, please use the crosswalks that are out there. It ensures safety. Obviously, our vehicles know that they need to be mindful of the crosswalks. Parents and guardians, we try to reiterate this with our students around proper safety habits. Please utilize those crosswalks and obviously looking both ways before crossing. Those parents and guardians that are staying in their vehicles and do not want to park to drop off and pick up, that's completely fine. We're going to continue with the same loop, the traffic loop and traffic flow that we have now, but we ask that you please be mindful of folks crossing from the school sidewalk area into the parking area. Let's please be careful. I know some folks have been trying to slowly go around a stopped vehicle. Potentially, you have your students with you, or you have the children that you're picking up here, and you would like to leave. We ask that you please be careful doing that. We really advise against it, but we understand that time is of the essence. Please make eye contact with a staff member that's outside doing dismissal, but please be mindful if you are traveling around a vehicle to do that in a very slow pace and be careful, as we do have some students that have to enter their parent vehicle on the passenger side. Or once again, as I mentioned, there probably will be an uptick in folks who will be crossing from the school sidewalk into the parking lot now that we're reinstating our park and pick up, park and drop off dismissal routines. Any questions about this, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Mr. West. I know this may be new to some of our families. Some of our veteran families remember it pre-pandemic, but some of our families who are new to RMS, who entered RMS in this pandemic life or world that we've been living, have never experienced this. So any questions about that, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. But excited to announce that if you would like parents and guardians at arrival and dismissal, you may park in our back parking lot. And again, K-2 families may walk their student to the back main lobby door where the black posts are. And grade 3 through 6 students, you would be walking your student to the entrance where the structure is. From a staffing standpoint, we will still have our staff members out there supporting the arrival and dismissal as we typically do. Mr. West, I know, will be out there as well. So be on the lookout for them. If you have any questions or concerns that you would like to raise, the staff will still be out there. Parents and guardians, boys and girls, this month of March, we've been focusing on assertiveness as part of our CARES motto and how being assertive helps us with relationship skills. When we maintain healthy and rewarding friendships, we can manage the different demands while at school. We can resist peer pressure by being assertive, doing what we know is the right thing to do, and successfully manage conflict constructively, talking it through and getting help when needed, boys and girls, especially from those adults. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Let's hope, boys and girls, the weather stays as beautiful as it was today. And remember, please take care of yourself, take care of others, and take care of your environment.